Hi everyone! In this video I will do a flip through of the recent addition to my coloring book collection. It's the newest coloring book by J.Becket-Griffith, and you probably know that I am crazy in love with her style, and I also love Alice in Wonderland, so of course I had to purchase this book. I also love quality of books published by Blue Angel Publishers. Their paper is one of the best I ever tried in coloring books, so this book is a pure perfection for me. This time, Jasmine Beckett Griffith invited us to join Alice's journey through Wonderland, but also through various famous art masterpieces. Quality of the book is exactly the same as of her previous books. Book has beautiful dust cover printed on wonderful creamy paper. In the introduction section, Jasmine tells us that Alice always was one of her most favorite books since childhood, and also about her inspiration for creating series of paintings where Alice has had journey through various times, various art styles, various masterpieces of famous artists. Here on the first picture we have Alice in Bosque Wonderland, and I love that Alice on the forefront is drawn in slightly darker and thicker lines, and the whole background with Bosque-style characters is drawn in paler, thinner gray lines. It's very nice for creating this difference between background and forefront, and I really love that Jasmine Beckett-Griffith used this method a lot in this book. In my opinion, it's a great idea for coloring book to mix pictures from Alice in Wonderland with pictures which were stylized after famous paintings. I love Alice, but probably to color the whole book dedicated only to Alice in Wonderland and its characters will be more boring than to color such a mix. And I also enjoy to look how Jasmine Beckett-Griffith tried to adjust look of Alice according to the style of original paintings. I also find it very instructive. I can learn probably something new about artists with which I am not quite familiar with. I definitely will try when I will be coloring the style and colors which were favored by each artist, so I will need to do some research, but I definitely will enjoy it. Bosque is one of Jasmine Beckett-Griffith's favorite painters, so we have a lot of pictures in his style. I think that it will be quite a challenge to try and to color in colors which we can find in Bosque pictures, but the more difficult is, the more interesting and challenging. I also love how Jasmine represents characters from Alice in Wonderland, and Cat is definitely my favorite. Cat is a little bit creepy but still very fun, and I am sure that I will enjoy coloring it. For me, pictures in Bosque style are the most difficult in the whole book, and as I said, we have a lot of them here, I believe 5. So probably I will start coloring from one of the pictures from Alice in Wonderland. Maybe it's also a good time to reread the whole story. I've never read it in English, and I also don't remember quite clearly some moments, like this the pool of tears. And the next one is also amazing. It's creepy, poor white rabbit resurrected, but still I believe that picture is very funny. I'm not very fond of these simple portraits. I would prefer them printed on smaller size, but I really love these very detailed pictures. And this Fragoner style picture is one of my favorites. I can imagine coloring her dress in full Rococo style. One of my favorites in this book is these double portraits of a white queen and a red queen. I think about starting coloring from one of them, or maybe I will color both of them. They are cute, they are beautiful, and also not very big, so it will be a quick work. Here we have Charles Dodson, Lewis Carroll, so Alice and her creator. Also, very nice idea to depict him in this book. I definitely love this Dali styled picture, and later there will be another one even more beautiful and more interesting to color. The next one is amazing. It's a famous portrait of Aldobrandini family by Van Eyck, and I really love how Jasmine Becket-Griffith added everywhere Cheshire Cat. Look here how she slightly changed eyes and hair by Alice, and she definitely looked like Mona Lisa style. Next we have several very interesting pieces. First, famous Dali watches. Next, Starry Starry Night by Van Gogh. And famous Water Lilies Pond by Manet. Amazing details and amazingly beautiful pictures. I really love the next one in Gustav Klimt style. Again, Alice is depicted in slightly thicker lines and a very detailed background is printed in gray lines, just like on this picture. And here again you can find a small smile of Cheshire Cat. I'm totally in love with Jasmine Becket-Griffith's style of painting her main characters, but I also really love how she draw flowers, and fortunately here in this book we have two pictures with a lot of flowers, and also I love to look at her original paintings for her wonderful color choices. I really loved previous picture in Vermeer style. Also quite easy to find references and to try coloring in original style. In the end of the book we have more Alice in Wonderland pictures. That's the second picture with a lot of flowers. They look fantasy and realistic in the same time. It's amazing how Jasmine Becket-Griffith is so talented in everything she draws. This Queen of Hearts is one of my favorite pictures, most interesting for me to color in this book, and the face of the Queen of Hearts reminds me a little bit of portraits of Queen Mary Tudor. I love this pic. Probably picture is itself is a little bit simple for my taste. I would prefer this one and also this Alice and mushrooms printed in smaller size, just like we have in the end of this book, some traditional miniature pictures, but picture with Humpty Dumpty I really like. Here we have small pictures and I would definitely prefer at least one of them in the left upper corner to be printed in full size. I also love another portrait of cat and white rabbit here, so these small pictures are also among my favorites. Next we have two vertical pictures which look a little bit like bookmarks. In my first coloring book by J.Becket-Griffith, there wasn't pictures in such format, two on on the page, so it also will be easy and quick projects, and I really love such things. And in the end, we have several pictures dedicated to the Mad Tea Party. Look at how cute Alice looks. She is boring and I really love her face here. Another great picture, famous Velasquez Meninas. I definitely will try copy of original paintings and Alice as young Infanta looks great. Another Van Gogh style picture. I love this one. Shame on me, but before looking at this picture, I've never heard about art of John Audubon, who started to draw natural scenes and realistic animals and birds, so it will be quite interesting to look at his paintings. And the last one here is Mad Tea Party again. Fun and cute. I hope that my comments weren't quite silly. I must confess that it's quite difficult to think how to pronounce names of artists properly in English, not like we do it in my native language, and also to remember names of Alice characters. Also look here at this painting on the dust cover, also very beautiful detail. I am very happy with this purchase and I hope that J.Becket-Griffith will provide us with many other coloring books, even if for me I will need at least couple of years to finish at least two of the books which I already own in my collection. Thank you for watching and I hope that you will join me in color alongs from this book.